Once I seen Beyonce posting pictures out the blue, I knew some shit was about to pop off. Beyonce don't post on Instagram, don't post really at all. But the moment she posts, y'all already know something's about to follow. And bam! What went ahead and followed? Another DOJ release files on them files. Yeah, another DOJ release on them files popped out. And guess who was on the list? Yup, y'all see it. Beyonce name was there, as well as her husband Jay-Z name was on this list being mentioned in the Epstein file.
The thing about Beyonce is she's guilty.
Your boy Jay-Z must be in full panic mode right now because these Epstein files just blew the lid off of a long-standing rumor surrounding Cathy White's mysterious death. After Cathy allegedly got involved with Jay-Z and then suddenly died, there have been a lot of questions left unanswered. And one of the wildest ones is the fact that people believe that Cathy was Beyoncé's secret surrogate. Like, y'all do remember when Beyoncé's baby bump folded on live TV? The story started looking a lot darker than what we were told. Wendy Williams was the only one bold enough to call it out. And she also suddenly fell ill. And with everything that's been coming out so far about the Diddy trial and the Epstein files, you really cannot put anything past these people.
Obviously spooked out right now. And it's crazy to see because it's like, did we see how he reacted when those people were outside trying to interview him, ask him questions, and he was so terrified that they were going to ask him about Epstein? And I just think it's so funny. I'm like, who is on payroll? Because nobody asked him the hard questions ever. Like, I never see these questions being asked, but it's all over social media, the news.
Okay, so these Epstein files that were released came with a twist. You see, the DOJ didn't just drop millions of pages. They also released the names of people found in the documents. And Jay-Z's name appeared twice in there. And then Beyoncé's name popped up, too. As soon as the files dropped, Nicki Minaj posted a picture of Cathy White with the caption, "Say her name." Once Nicki started poking, she doubled down on it by making the post insinuate that Jay-Z may have been responsible for the death of Cathy along with Ramia's mom because he didn't want his connection to them coming out. Now, it's being alleged that the 3 million files that are still not fully released might also contain information linking Jay-Z to Cathy White. For a long time, the public had no idea who Cathy White was. But just because we didn't know her doesn't mean that she didn't make her rounds in the industry. After she graduated from Howard University, Cathy White moved to LA, where she worked as a publicist. She also wanted to dabble in music, maybe as a label owner since she registered Corona Hun Music Group LLC, Music, as her company. And there's a short IMDb biography on her where she was described as a model, screenwriter, songwriter, and talented singer. She wanted to do it all. But Cathy didn't just want to move for work. She found herself around many celebrity circles, making friends with the likes of Nicki Chu and Claudia Jordan. However, while many of her friends wanted to be front and center on the red carpet and major news, Cathy preferred to stay behind the scenes and made very few appearances at socialite events. And maybe there's a reason for that, because out of nowhere, a blogger named Hollywood Street Kang brought Cathy White front and center after he exposed her for having an affair with Jay-Z. And here's the kicker. This relationship reportedly started way before Beyoncé and Jay-Z were ever married. Now, people could have dismissed it as yet another blogger looking to make it big off of Jay-Z's name. But when the story broke, the internet started to dig. And of course they found receipts showing Cathy and Jay-Z partying together in Vegas, child. And it is possible that she met Jay-Z through Claudia Jordan. The blog also revealed that it was Jason Lee. Yes, the Jason Lee we know from Hollywood Unlocked spilt tea about what was going on with Cathy and Jay-Z, and other sources close to Jay also confirmed it. So, it was really no surprise that the story caught on like LA wildfires. Cathy deleted all of her social media, and she disappeared only to come back to Twitter in 2011 with a new username from her profile. She reportedly moved from New York, or at least was going back and forth between New York and LA for work. However, Cathy never got to enjoy the new move because a year after the blog was posted, she met her end under some very suspicious circumstances. On September 1st, 2011, the blog started to post that Cathy White passed away from an aneurysm at the age of 28. But it's crazy because her friends had just seen her a few days ago looking completely fine. Others were quick to point out the coincidence that Cathy's death was so soon after Beyoncé announced that she was pregnant with Blue Ivy on August 29, 2011. Many thought that was weird. And after Beyoncé's belly bent and crumpled on TV, Despite her being 5 or 6 months pregnant at the time, folks were convinced that she really was not pregnant. Others said that when you are at that stage of pregnancy, you can't bend forward to sit down. You pretty much have to ease down into the seat just to be comfortable. So both the bump and the way she moved were signs that her bump was very fake. Mind you, Wendy was pregnant. Wendy Williams also called out some of the inconsistencies.
Beyonce recently, like last Sunday, appeared on an Australian show. And when she sat down, the baby bump squashed, bent, and crumpled. Hold on. As ridiculous as it sounds, you know I did my research and we've got the video to prove. Hold on. So people started questioning, was this baby bump real or fake? Now, being a woman who, I had my baby bump, many of you have had baby bumps, I never remember my baby bump squat. Just take a look at the video. Okay, so here's Beyonce and she's walking out and everything is fine. She's 5 months pregnant. Then she sits down and, okay, now we're gonna rerun it until you see it. Let's do it in slow motion. You'll notice she's either giving birth to a frisbee or Stewie from Family Guy. Look at the shape. Look, do you see? There it is, there it is. Is that a baby bump? I don't know. I was on bed rest the whole time. I'm not exactly sure. But I can tell you, when I would get out of the bed and sit up at a kitchen table, I wouldn't be able to sit like that. Like I was so concerned about my back and the baby, even at 5 months, I sat like this, right? Well, look, Beyonce has denied these rumors, saying that they're stupid and they're ridiculous. And, there've also been words that, well, she took a picture in a bikini. It's on the internet. Okay, take a look at the picture. Okay, be very clear. Then I'm pregnant too. I mean, anybody who's had a good smothered pork chop or a good burrito, girls, come on, we all get this. Morel, my makeup artist, can make a good one. Right, Morel?
She even went further and hinted at Jay-Z's alleged mistress, Cathy White. She never directly said Cathy's name on air, but back then, when the rumors were already circulating, most people understood exactly what she was alluding to. And Wendy even claimed that the woman was supposedly acting as a surrogate, suggesting that Beyonce was allegedly planning to take the baby and present it as her own pregnancy and birth of Blue Ivy.
Beyonce's pregnancy is a way of keeping Jay-Z's alleged mistress away. Beyonce's going to use a surrogate so she can maintain her body, but they're going to play it off like it's allegedly, that they gave birth. First one to say this. Now you remember, because wait, I haven't said it yet. Watch. It's going to be an at-home water birth in the master bathroom. There are going to be 3 people there. Beyonce, Jay-Z, and her mother, Miss Tina. Watch.
Wendy also wasn't entirely off when she mentioned that only a small number of people were present during Beyonce's delivery because reports did claim that the room was kept extremely private. The difference, however, was that it wasn't an at-home birth like Wendy suggested. Instead, it was wildly rumored that a large sum, allegedly over $3 million, was paid to secure an entire hospital floor for privacy while Beyonce gave birth. This level of security raised eyebrows at the time, especially since other patients who had given birth that same day were reportedly moved to different areas of the hospital while the newborns remained on the same floor that was said to be reserved just for Beyonce. The situation fueled even more speculation, with many questioning why such extreme privacy measures were necessary in the first place. Liz Crowan also mentioned that she was one of the last people to talk to Cathy about doing a story on her relationship with Jay-Z. However, the next time she reached out to her, she found out that Cathy was already deceased.
She would consider telling her story to me on the record, which implied to me, obviously, that if she was willing to tell her story about Jay-Z, that it was indeed true that she was having an affair with him. So that was pretty much it. That was the last time that I talked to her, and I was, under the impression that she was very strongly considering talking to me and telling me her story about her affair with Jay-Z.
When Blue Ivy was born, there was no denying that Jay-Z was her father, but it was hard to ignore the similarities between Blue Ivy and Cathy White. Folks became convinced that Cathy had gotten pregnant and was taken out of the picture as soon as she had the baby. Hollywood Street King also mentioned that Cathy had called Jay and told him that she was going public with their relationship for the right price, only for her to pass away just a few months after that phone call. And now with the Epstein files showing just how much Jay has covered his tracks over the years, the internet is certain that Cathy was just another loose end for Jay-Z to tie up. And it's just scary how people who get on Jay-Z's bad side always seem to end up Unilev. And Cathy, unfortunately, just so happened to be one of them. They expired. Cathy, like Kim Porter and all the people who got deleted in Bad Boy and Death Jam. And remember, they shut down the hospital floor for Beyoncé's alleged birth of Blue Ivy. A lot of lies were paid for. Medical staff had been doing sick crap for years to cover up crimes. Liz Calkins stated that she knew for a fact that Cathy was allegedly not alive before Beyoncé announced her pregnancy at the MTV Awards that night. So, why they decided to tell us she passed on September 1st? I have no idea. Strategic. But what do you guys think about this? Sound off in the comments. And make sure you hit that like and subscribe. I'll see you in the next video. Bye, friends.